Hey, what's up, YouTube? Got a quick video here just to kind of go over my Sten MK2 in 9mm. This is a British submachine gun kit that was rebuilt into a legal semi-auto. So it's got the reduced diameter, inner diameter tube, semi-auto trigger group, all kinds of stuff, changed over bolt. So this one, I wanted to get into some reenacting, so I converted it over to fire blanks. So with the different barrel on there, I can make it fire blanks, or I can switch it back to the original barrel and fire actual live rounds. So this video just kind of covering some basic troubleshooting on a pistol like this or a rifle like this. It's really important to kind of know what the problem is before you start chasing it. Otherwise, you can go down a rabbit hole and you can kind of fix things that aren't really broken and then just make things worse. So at this point, I was thinking it might have been issues with the springs. Maybe the spring wasn't, because I had to lighten the spring up a little bit to make it fire blanks and cycle properly. It worked fine with live rounds, but when the blanks were shot, it just wouldn't get the bolt all the way back enough to reset the trigger. It was ejecting rounds, but not resetting the trigger. So now I've fired a lot of blanks through it after it started running well. And now I started getting light primer strikes to where I wasn't actually cycling the blank properly. So I started racking my brain on different things that it could be. You know, maybe it's getting gummed up inside, because the blank firing does send a lot of the junk back into the action. So thought maybe it's getting gummed up in there and needs to be cleaned. Maybe the spring is too light and now it's just acting funny. You know, I swapped out different blank manufacturers to try to see if maybe one's got harder primers than the other. And then at the last moment, when I was changing out different mags, trying different stuff, I realized that the Sten MK2 has that the barrel nut on the front where it ratchets, it kind of screws down and tightens the barrel up, which is great for changing out barrels because you just unscrew it, pull the barrel off, put a new one on. But the spring mechanism that has kind of like a little ratcheting mechanism inside that keeps it kind of tight, it's not the best on mine. It's kind of worn. So the barrel nut does tend to unscrew, especially when I have the sling hooked up the way I do. When I use it, sometimes that sling hook basically puts some force on the barrel nut, and it actually can unscrew it. So then I thought, hey, if that's unscrewing, maybe the barrel's getting loose, which means it's pushing the round farther forward, reducing the chances of that the firing pin to actually strike good on the primer. Once I tightened that up, boom, problem solved, and it was fixed. But if I had started messing with springs or doing anything else to it, I would have probably just started making things worse and then making it less reliable, as it was. So anyway, just it's kind of the importance of just kind of diagnosing things first, finding out what the actual issue is, and don't do any irreparable changes. I mean, if I have other springs on hand, sure, I could swap stuff out and try stuff. But you're just wasting time if you don't find the actual problem. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Sten MK2, blank firing, semi-auto. It's a lot of fun. I'll try to get a video after the reenactment, see how it goes, and maybe some feedback on if it performed all day or not. I'm bringing about 7 mags, so I should have a few hundred rounds through it, so we'll see how it does.